16 नोव्हेंबर जागतिक पत्रकार दीस म्हणून मनयतात। गोंय म्हायती आनी प्रसिद्धी खातें जागतिक पत्रकारिता दिसा निमतान गोंयांतल्या पत्रकारांचो भोवमान घडोवन हाडटा। अंदूचे राज्य पुरस्कार बरो संपादक म्हूण शशांक गुप्ता, ग्रामीण पत्रकारिता पुरस्कार देवेंद्र गांवकर, सार्वजनीक आनी नितळसाण पत्रकारिता पुरस्कार निवेदिता सेन, खेळा पुरस्कार सचिन बर्डेक, सांस्कृतीक पुरस्कार विठ्ठल परोडकार, बरो फोटो पत्रकारिता पुरस्कार हेमंत परब आनी वुमन अँड चायल्ड पत्रकारिता पुरस्कार विश्वनाथ नेनेक दिल्यात। पत्रकारिता कशी आसची हाचेर मुखेल वक्ते म्हूण हजर आशिल्ले लोकमताचे संपादक दिनकर रायकरान मार्गदर्शन केलें।
In democracy, I believe the press has to be the strongest opposition for the existing government on behalf of the common people. And I say this with my experience of more than 50 years. We must protect democracy, strengthen it, make it more vibrant. Because governments will come and governments will go. But unless there is democracy, there will be no free press and there will be no freedom of expression. Speaking of the free press, I am reminded of my initial days with Indian Express. Provoked by this movement, Indira Gandhi imposed internal emergency and imprisoned almost all opposition party leaders for almost 19 months. For the first time in India, Indira Gandhi imposed press censorship. We had never seen press censorship earlier. For the first time it was introduced. The world leaders were very critical of her being anti-democratic. They were particularly annoyed because of press censorship in India. But Indira Gandhi remained unperturbed for 19 months, continuing in the state of emergency. Not only that, she extended the life of Lok Sabha by 1 year after the term was over. That decision came in severe criticism from all over the world, eventually forcing Indira Gandhi to order elections in 1977. As soon as the elections were announced, the press censorship was lifted. That campaigning period between the ordering of elections and holding of elections, the entire press and the opposition, pounced on the Congress, particularly Indira Gandhi and the Congress party. The Indian Express was the torch bearer of that campaign, even during the emergency and even after the emergency. So our editors ordered us to target Congress during that campaign period and support opposition. We were also victims of censorship as journalists. When we were writing the story, support for censorship, and if I say opposition has severely criticized the government, the censor will say, why are you using the word severely? Just say criticize. I said, why? He said, if I don't remove the word severely, I would lose my job. That's what the censor used to say. But they were all friends of the publicity department at that time. So we also fought with vehemence, and anything that was against the Congress, we brought it before the people. We forced opposition to put only one candidate against Congress in each constituency. And the net result was, in 1977, the Congress was overthrown. Party was routed. The subsequent Janata government that came to power, first thing that they did was amended the constitution and removed the provision for imposing emergency in India. That was the power of the press. But now things have changed. Policy is changing by the day. Politicians are changing by the day, throwing their ideological backgrounds aside. They are joining other parties to only serve their self-interest. Similarly, journalism also is evolving, as you said earlier. It's evolving. I say it is getting revolutionized. And the revolution is getting revolutionized by the minute. But I have the firm belief that journalism of courage, conviction and truth will always remain powerful and will always prevail from what may. So today journalists treat this information sends up an notification which they cross-check later on with the police, and then the report is carried with the next day. But online things are already gone. Then they have to ensure 4 Ws and 1 H. I don't know how many people are doing that. No one is doing it. But the battle is for speed, and no one has got time to do verification. You all report news hours after most outlets have already carried the story. So that is one problem that newspapers are facing. When I was a reporter, the story was covered, weighted at different levels. Witnesses were asked. Once the reporter sends the story to me, that's the end of it, those days. And to me, this another challenge is now to weight it, to have to get it verified. And the getting it waiting or verified is the biggest challenge that any editor is now facing. Even today, I ensure that all stories that we carry in Lokmat go through a stringent weighting process. And yet we make mistakes. But the process is not to be blamed. We are to be blamed for that. We don't follow the process. Process, as you said, accuracy, accuracy, and accuracy. If that is followed, there will be no problem. But we don't follow that. The World Press Freedom Index of 2018, compiled by Reporters Without Borders, reflects growing animosity towards journalists in which India dropped on the rank from 136 to 138, so our graph has gone down. The World Press Freedom Index reflects growing bitterness towards journalists. The antagonism towards the media, which is openly encouraged by political leaders, poses a great threat to democracy and also to journalism. These are testing times, and we will have to work together to better our ranks. I am saying, posture yourselves. Cover the story from all angles and report it to the best of your ability. At no point of time, tarnishing somebody's image should be the objective of a story. Remember, the story is more important than the individual that you are targeting. Just as a print publication which didn't become a trusted source overnight, the digital press would also need time to get trusted by the people. And that is the most important thing in journalism, getting our readers to trust us, and then suddenly being the first to break the news story will not matter. All that would matter is that we get the story right and everything would fall in place. I am going to conclude by saying this to all my colleagues here: be credible, be true, and above all, be good citizens.
आंतरराष्ट्रीय पत्रकारिता दिसाक लोकशायेन कितले म्हत्व आसा ते माहिती आनी प्रसिद्धी खात्याचो सचिव सुधीर महाजनान सांगले.
16th of November is celebrated as a National Press Day every year, which symbolizes free, fair and responsible press. Free press is the cornerstone of democracy, and all along all these years, this is a pillar which people repose a lot of faith and credibility. Attempts have been made in the past also to throttle it, to gag it, to stifle the voice, but press has always stood the test of the time, and it has come unscathed, uninfluenced by any kind of extraneous forces. As I said, this is a very, very important pillar, and you people are into a human service because you are the voice of the people. Through your voice, even the ordinary person also gets heard, and that compels the authorities, the government, to take whatever corrective measures they have to take. We used to remember press only through newspaper and the books, but with the advent of technology, World Wide Web, web technologies, electronic media came into being. People started expressing their opinion through Facebooks, Twitters, blogs. So this became a part of life, and this has become an essential part of life as we have the essential needs. So media is a very, very important tool. I was discussing before this function with some of our friends that while I was in college, one of the media houses came up with a tagline, "Sabki khabar le, sabko khabar de." So this is a very apt tagline for the media. And this is a two-way process, because sabki khabar le means in case government is coming up with some kind of policies, programs, they also need to be disseminated to every nook and corner of the state, city, country, the beneficial legislations which government comes up with, so that everybody is benefited because of that. And in case there are some glitches, some negative points attached to that, even they also get exposed by the media only, to enable the government to take the corrective action. Likewise, society, all the ills of the society, they also get flagged. And the good things which are being done in the society, they also get picked up by the media very nicely. Having said all this, the only thing which is left is the responsible media. Mr. Lopez has just mentioned in his address that this is very, very important. R&D has to be proper and all that. So some basic code of ethics, some accountability to the people, because people repose so much of faith. As I said, this is one of the credible pillars of the democracy. So that faith should not be shaken. So we all have to work towards that.